Hey guys! Happy New Year everyone! New year, new me! I know, it's a bit late. Bit of an F up on my part. This VTubing stuff took way longer to set up than I thought it would. So yeah, today we're looking at the Today I've Stopped subreddit. Let's jump right into the first story, like OP did in her bra and panties. Today I effed up by jumping into a lake in my bra and panties to save a man that turned out to be an elite military scuba diver in training. Posted by TIFU Chaos Pancake. I'm currently couch surfing with my sister and her boyfriend. I work for him at a lakeside bar, trying to pay for college. To give them their space, and myself a break from doom scrolling, I run by the lake in the mornings. This particular lake draws scuba divers to the flooded town at the bottom. Today I was in my own head running, when a dark mass floated to the surface about 40 feet away. This dude looked dead. D-E-A-D, dead. Facing away from me, his head tipped back, eyes closed, bobbing like a fish lure. No one else was around, so I thought he was crazy, scuba diving alone at the crack of dawn out here. Like a dummy, I didn't even yell to him to check in. Instead, I toed off my shoes and stripped down to my skivvies to save the imbecile. The movie trailer in my head had me taking 3 glorious steps and launching into deep blue water, Black Widow style. Instead, my tender feet hit the sharp rocks and I contorted under the pain like a slinky as I uncoordinated side-flopped into the water. I was also wearing my contacts, so I swam hard in his direction with my eyes closed. When I opened them, he was just staring at me like I'd lost my ever-loving mind. So I blurted out, "Are you okay?" He removed his regulator and said, "Yes." My brain blue screened while I treaded water. The lake felt infinitely deep. Before I could terrify myself by hearing the Jaws theme song, I turned and noped the hell out of there, yelling over my shoulder, "I thought you needed saving!" to try to explain my idiocy. As I pivoted, another dude cleared his throat from about 30 feet away. I hadn't heard a sound from him, so I freaked out, flailing and belting an ear-wounding scream at him. They both laughed as a few more heads surfaced around us. I was surrounded by divers, all wildly entertained by my ridiculous F-up. The merman, who was my original target, casually swam towards me, pointing to me and to the beach, and after I nodded, escorted me back to the shore, which was further away than I'd thought. The comedy of the situation consumed me, and I started to giggle. Finally, I joked, "Dude, you're lucky you weren't actually dying because it would have taken everything I have to drag you out this far." He chuckled before offering to tow me. Hell no! Not gonna happen! Even if I had to doggy paddle, I wouldn't openly accept that defeat. He quietly mocked me the rest of the way to the shore. I'm a secret sap for that. There were cadets, or recent graduates from a military college, here for the summer. They've been training in pools and were doing some open water exercises. They'd been out there for at least part of the night. I'm sure I blew up whatever drill they were running. He's training for pre-dive school, and since I'm an expert Googler, I'm guessing that means combat diving? At the shore, I did my best to throw my shoulders back and march out of the water in my sports bra and undies in front of what I can only imagine are some pretty tough guys. I invited him and his crew for an absurdly overpriced beer at the bar tonight before shamelessly jogging back into the woods for my clothes. Too long didn't read. I tried to save an injured diver and ended up crashing some kind of military training. Edit 1. Okay, I'll admit, there is a part of me that's attracted to his mysterious appearance from the Shadow Realm, and he was also funny and kind. I was vibing his witty and sarcastic comments, and I have a million questions I want to ask him. To all the ladies giving advice, yes, I left the dragonfly undies at home and went full cute Sunday dress and Jesus sandals. My sister's boyfriend has blabbed the whole thing, and all the staff are full on ribbing me for it. Kind of great actually. Edit 2. Solid dinner crowd, but no merman, or frog prince as you've started to call him. Edit 3. 1 hour later. Still no show. Edit 4. He showed! Yes, I was as dorky as you would have imagined, and now I'm typing this from the bathroom like a moron again. But I feel like you people are on the ride with me. He's handsome and funny and smells great. Yes, I hugged him. I'm southern, that's what we do. Not the smelling, the hugging. He's nice and smart and keeps defending me from my silly friends at the bar who've almost called him merman to his face. I think he low-key likes the fact that everyone knew who he was, but I'm not sure how he'll feel about being a Reddit celebrity. I've learned a lot about him, but it wouldn't be fair to share without his permission. His whole crew didn't come, only one, his bud, who immediately started flirting with my coworker. That's a good sign, I think. Also, my friend straight up asked him if he saw my dragonfly undies that look like penises with massive glow-in-the-dark turquoise blue balls. He didn't answer, but smacked the truth to me after she left. It was cheeky, but cute. He also shared some of what he's been taking today from being saved. He has the same self-deprecating sense of humor as me. I think we're vibing. Edit 5. I know this may seem weird since I posted this whole situation into cyberspace for everyone to see, but yesterday it was just a comical story about a guy I didn't think I would ever see again. Something funny to share when we all needed a giggle. Today, well, it feels different to talk about him now that we've actually spent some time together. I like him. There's chemistry and similar interests, and we have plans to see each other again. Edit 6. The merman, the frog prince, the dashing man from the depths, and the king of the shadow realm is still very much in my life. He's better than I can describe with my mortal words. Fangirl him if you must, because I'll understand. Thank you all for the well wishes and positivity that this post has given. I hope something amazing and magical happens to every one of you. And if it happens to be shamefully funny, I hope you'll share because we all need as many laughs as we can get. Oh, that's such a cute how we met story. Not really an F up after all. Today I effed up, trying to impress my boyfriend with my cooking skills. Post by Losara and Sophia. Alright, so I've been dating my boyfriend for about 6 months now, and things have always been pretty laid back between us. You know, casual dinners, movie nights, and takeout vibes. But for some reason, I decided it was time to step up my game. I thought, why not show him I can be a domestic goddess too? So I decided to cook him dinner. Not just any dinner, a fancy one. Now, let me just say, I'm not the worst cook in the world. I can handle the basics. Pasta, scrambled eggs, sandwiches. But this time, I got in my head that I needed to go all out. I mean, what's the point in showing off if you don't aim high, right? So I decided on steak, mashed potatoes, and some kind of gourmet salad with a vinaigrette that I totally googled 5 minutes before, lol. The plan sounded easy in theory. I spent the whole day watching cooking tutorials on YouTube, convincing myself that Gordon Ramsay's techniques would magically transfer to me in one sitting. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Fast forward to the evening, and I'm in the kitchen, completely overwhelmed. First off, timing is a nightmare. I didn't realize cooking multiple things at once requires, you know, actual skill. The steak? Burnt to a crisp on the outside, but raw enough to still moo on the inside. The mashed potatoes somehow ended up lumpy and gluey at the same time, which I didn't think was even possible. And the salad, well, let's just say I grabbed the wrong bottle from the fridge, and instead of the fancy dressing I'd made, I doused it in something that turned out to be barbecue sauce. When it was finally time to serve everything, I was sweating like I'd just run a marathon. My boyfriend sat down with this polite little smile, clearly trying to be encouraging. He took one bite of the steak, and I swear, I saw his soul leave his body for a second. He tried to be nice and said it was fine, but the awkward silence that followed? Yeah, it said everything. By that point, I couldn't even look at the disaster I'd put on the table. I admitted defeat, grabbed my phone, and ordered us pizza. The second the food arrived, we both just burst out laughing, and he joked that I shouldn't quit my day job to become a chef anytime soon. Honestly, he was a good sport about it, but I'm pretty sure my cooking credibility is officially ruined in his eyes. Lesson learned. Maybe don't try and impress someone with something you're not actually good at. Also, steak? Way harder than it looks. Hey, on the plus side, at least you 100% know he isn't just looking for a girl that'll cook and clean for him. That boy will never tell OP to get in the kitchen and make him a sandwich. Now at least. Today I effed up. I accidentally revealed my boyfriend's mum's infidelity. Post by Queen of Past Ages. I, 18 female at the time, was dating a boy named Jacob, same age as me. His father was a mechanic and his mum was a stay-at-home mum. They were a pretty typical white suburban family in the south, and had asked Jacob if they could meet me, even though we'd only been dating for like a month. At the dinner, I met his mum, dad, older brother, older sister, and her newborn baby daughter. The dinner went well, and I was chatting about my volunteer work at my college's blood drive, to which his father explains that his doctor told him he was O negative and a universal blood donor. My boyfriend mentions that he's also O, but his siblings casually mention that they're both A and B. I didn't think anything of it because my boyfriend had mentioned that his mum was married once before and was widowed. The following conversation went like this. Me. Oh, that's really cool. You've got a really rare blood type. If you don't mind me asking, is your mum's blood type A and your dad's type B? Or is your dad's type A and your mum's type B? His older sister said, "What do you mean? He's O," gesturing to my boyfriend's father. Me. Oh, I know, I was just asking about your bio, Dad. But of course, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. I noticed his mum getting really pale, and it was in that moment that I realised I'd effed up. The older brother asked, "What do you mean bio, father?" Me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. Jacob's dad got real quiet, and looking at his wife's face, he knew instantly. I looked over at Jacob, who I think was starting to put the full picture together. Jacob's dad. Are you saying that they're not my biological kids? Because my wife swore up and down in marriage counselling that they were my kids and that she would never cheat on me. Yeah, it turns out she'd never had any kids from a previous marriage. Jacob's mum. I would never cheat on you. They're all your kids. Jacob's dad. OP, why do you think they're not my kids? I tried to excuse myself because the cat was clearly out of the bag, and after a quick Google, my boyfriend started cussing out his mum. She started sobbing and apologised over and over again. I was forced to explain 9th grade biology to his father about the fact that the only kids he could have produced were the ones with blood type O, A, or B, but absolutely not AB. Jacob was the only one with the possibility of being his son. They all started screaming at one another. His older sister eventually left because her newborn began screaming too. His mum went and locked herself in the bedroom. His older brother followed her, screaming, asking who his real father was. My boyfriend was trying to figure out if his dad still wants to be their father, and I eventually had a friend come pick me up. Yeah, we broke up shortly after that, but not after figuring out that none of the kids produced from the marriage were his, and they divorced soon after. Too long didn't read. Meeting my boyfriend's family for dinner for the first time, I accidentally revealed that his mum was unfaithful and that none of his siblings could have been his dad's. So, if you're ever nervous about meeting your partner's parents for the first time, just remember, it can't get any worse than this. Today I effed up by lying to my wife for 13 years. Post by Moocow870. My wife hates orange and lime flavoured candies. I love them. Well, love the orange, like the lime. So she passes the orange Starburst, the orange and green Skittles, and the orange and green gummy bears to me. This has been happening for 13 years. What she doesn't know is that the green gummy bears are actually strawberry. Shortly after we married, for one reason or another, I looked to the back of the gummy bears package and discovered this. So I haven't said anything for 13 years. Every time we get gummy bears, she gives me the orange and green strawberry ones. I've never said a word. I've enjoyed eating my little lies. Until last night. We had some gummy bears and she opened them and started handing me the orange and green ones. But after a few minutes, I saw her looking at the back of the bag. Then I saw her eyes get real big. She turned to me and asked if I've always known that the green bears were actually strawberry. She's always thought they were lime. I was honest and nodded my head, yes. The look of betrayal was unreal. She asked how long I've known, and I was honest. I told her as long as we've been married. She stopped giving me the gummy bears that she doesn't like. She's even started eating the orange ones out of spite. I don't think I'll get any more gummy bear discards after this. Time to buy my own. Today I effed up by pulling a long hair out of my throat at the dinner table. So there I was, sitting at the dinner table, nervously trying to impress my girlfriend's mum. She'd made her famous spaghetti, and I was determined to rave about it, even if it tasted like wet cardboard. It didn't, thankfully. It was actually pretty good. But that's where my luck ended. Halfway through my second bite, I felt something strange. It wasn't pasta, it wasn't sauce. No, it was a texture that screamed, You're not supposed to be here. I froze, mid-chew. My girlfriend noticed and said, "Are you okay?" Her mum was staring too, smiling proudly, oblivious to the horror unfolding in my mouth. My mum would something like, yeah, delicious. But inside, I was having a full-blown crisis. I slowly tried to swallow, thinking, just get it down, pretend it never happened. Big mistake. That's when it hit me. It's a hair, a long hair. My brain went into overdrive. Should I just keep going and pretend I'm eating spaghetti floss? But then I felt the other end still in my throat. I had no choice. I grabbed the strand, said a quick prayer to the dinner gods, and pulled. And pulled. And pulled. This wasn't a normal hair. This was Rapunzel level. It was Disney princess wig territory. And the worst part? The hair was coated, and I mean coated, with little bits of chewed spaghetti, meat sauce, and God knows what else for my digestive system. It was like a disgusting spaghetti necklace. My girlfriend screamed, "Oh my god!" Her mum gasped in horror, and I just sat there holding the world's grossest magic trick. Her mum stammered, I don't know how that got in there. It's probably mine." Oh great, that's what I needed to hear. I'd basically just French kissed her mum's scalp. My mum would something like, "It happens," and immediately took a gulp of water to wash away the trauma. My girlfriend? She laughed so hard she cried, but her mum looked like she wanted to crawl under the table. Ugh, that's so gross. Luckily the mum seemed to take it well. I've heard mother-in-laws can be the absolute worst. In the next video, OP literally blackmails her mother-in-law after she caught her wearing her wedding dress. Click here to see what happens. Thanks for watching, and yeah, let me know what you guys think of this new style of video I'm experimenting with. See you next time!